It is one day before my exam and I just booked a flight to Queensland for 2 weeks. I'm leaving in 5 days and it's one of the most last minute things I've done. I'm going on a dairy farm placement. Hopefully it's not a scam, they're not trying to kill me in the middle of nowhere in Australia. Yeah. Hope I don't die.
I almost missed my flight because I went to the wrong terminal, but alas, I got on the plane and just before touching down, this was the sunrise I saw. I arrived at Brisbane at 6 AM and got picked up by this stonker of a Kenworth truck carrying 10 tons of fertilizer.
Alrighty, I've arrived on the farm. Didn't get kidnapped, so yeah.
After settling down, the rest of the day was just spent exploring the dairy and messing around with the Land Cruiser. So, my first full day at the dairy began at 4:45 AM and I was in charge of feeding the calves. Great! The 4:45 AM part wasn't that great, but the calves, they made my day. And here I am just mixing up the milk powder concentrate for them. These calves are here because they are pretty weak. They're like around 1 to 2 weeks old and they have diarrhea. So, and we're suspecting parasite infections is why they're separated. And yeah, we feed them powdered milk just to make sure that they are healthy and get the right nutrition every day. And I bottle fed some calves that weren't really picking up the teat. Yeah. After the AM milking, we did move some cattle to a distant paddock in the property, but I can't remember for the life of me why we dropped them off. But yes, that took around an hour or so to move them, and that was it for the morning. In the afternoon, I drove my dodgy buggy and we started moving the milkers closer to the milking shed where they can get silage and conveniently move on to the milking shed in time for the PM milking. Said buggy had water in the gas tank and would lose power when I drove it up hills, so that was an adventure.
I don't know if you can hear me, but views, just mustard dairy cattle. I feel like I'm on a side quest and like I'm exploring the gameplay area and yeah, fun. And also we have a newborn calf right before the PM milking session and you're so cute. And that was the first day. Darling.
And what a better way to start the second day with a uterus prolapse. And that is all blood, so I had to black and white this or my video is not going to exist on YouTube anymore. And the aftermath, a fixed mom and her bub, and my bloody hand. I also got to drive the tractor today, which was really fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. The rest of the morning, thankfully, was spent doing something less stressful, which is just filling up the grain bins for the calf pens. And after that, we brought the springers back to their paddock.
Alrighty, so it's lunchtime. My hands still smell like the blood from the prolapsed uterus, even though I've scrubbed it out with chlorhexidine and with normal soap. It still smells like blood. This is the life of a large animal vet, and the vets that left, they got covered in blood, so yeah, we love it.
20 seconds after the clip, I got asked to drive the cord down to turn off the pump, but I couldn't find it.
I can't even turn the pump right. The farmer had to get out here and tell me it's right here. I was trying to open this box, god damn it. So I have a longer lunch break today, so I'm trying to get some work done right here. So I still gotta study on placement because I have a test right after my placement, so if I don't study, I'm gonna fail. Yeah, perks of using your entire 2 weeks holiday to be on placement. You gotta study on placement. Here I am. It's a sick view though, so I'm not complaining.
After the extended lunch break, I went down to the milking shed at around 2:30 for the PM milking, and this clip would be me after the milking.
Alright, it's starting to rain. Look how shitty I got from today's milking. Overall, man, today was fun. And you gotta just drive, casually drive the whole bike back home. Oh, and look at the views, oh my god. Look at that! Look at it! What?
The clouds cleared up in the afternoon, and this is us moving the cows for the PM milking to the milking shed, and after that, we set up the paddock for the cows to come back to. Clouds cleared up in the late morning, and I was tasked to bring the springers up by myself, which doesn't seem like a big thing if you grew up on dairy farms or on properties, but you have to keep in mind I'm a city girl that only has 2 weeks of proper experience with livestock. So anyways, I was on edge the whole time. I was like, oh my gosh, what if one of the springers decide to charge me? What if I get bogged by the quad? But you know, no better place to start than with dairy cattle, because they are calm and very chill. Because girl, if they were beef cattle, one wrong look at them and I just might get run down. And this is me counting that I've got all the springers into the paddock and not left one out in the middle of nowhere in the roads. And then I realized the gate to the paddock is a cocky gate, which I have no idea how to close. No one taught me how to close it, and it's lined with barbed wire. So I got whacked with a metal pipe on my shin, but that's all. So thank the heavens I got away with it uninjured with the gate closed.
Look at this beautiful view.
After that, we went for lunch, and because it was a Friday afternoon, we went to this hippie cafe, which is really interesting. I love exploring places. So after lunch, it's back to work. Look at my fashion while I muck out the feeding troughs. We then brought the milkers back in to prepare them for the PM milking.
Look at my train!
And I think I'm getting into the rhythm of it. The next few days' schedule consisted of AM milking, then bringing in the springers for their silage, and then some miscellaneous tasks? I can't say that word. In the late morning and early afternoon, which is usually moving cattle to different paddocks. And after lunch, we would start moving the milkers into the milking shed to get their silage. I would never ride an ATV in Thailand, but I would 100% ride quads on the property any day. This is also my favorite part of the day because you get views like this. And then we have the PM milking / calf feeding. And after I found out where the pump switch was after day 2, it's my job now to turn off the pump after every PM milking.
Alrighty, it's 4:15 in the morning and I'm headed to the dairy to start my day. Yay! Cows are ready.
And this is a giant calf we lovingly called Goliath. And see what he did to the bottle. He did that to my finger and almost degloved it. Here we are putting some estrus detection patches on the cows. and I also helped out with the general maintenance of the milking equipment. So what I'm doing here is just replacing the diaphragm, and what the diaphragm does is to maintain like the suction for each milking cluster, kind of. I also helped with replacing the milking liner, which was tougher than it looks. So this is a milking cluster, and the circled part is where the milking liner goes. Regular replacement of the liner ensures clean milk goes into the milk vat and into our grocery stores. I had my fair share of cloudy days. I got some special guests. I've got 2 passengers with me today. Enjoying yourself? What about you? Update on my dairy placement. It's very tiring to wake up at 4 a.m. every day, but it's so much fun. I only have like 5 days left, so trying to make the most out of it. I'm learning so much, and yeah, like there has been hard days when I'm like, I don't want to wake up. And the farmer's nice enough to give me a day off sometimes, and yeah, like I'm learning so much. Like even though I screw up all the time. Even when milking or like drafting cattle, I'm not good with cattle. I didn't grow up with them. It takes me a while to get used to their flight zone and how to hurt them without panicking them. A lot of learning curves. Appreciate that the dairy has so many like nice and patient people that are just willing to help out and yeah, like teach me, like recognize that I make mistakes, and yeah, they're so patient and I'm so grateful. It's a reminder for me that I don't know everything. I don't know half the terms they use when I first started, and I'm like, what are springers? What are milkers? Like it's pretty self-explanatory after a while, but yeah, took me a while to get used to the terms, and learning how the farming system works is also another learning curve. And yeah, it kind of spurred me on to do more research of my own on bovine health and bovine husbandry, because I need to hit back, but yeah, like it spurred me to do a bit more research on that, and I will do that research. The school doesn't teach us enough, and I'm not blaming vet schools. Vet schools are running on a deadline of 5 years, so they can't teach you everything. You have to teach yourself sometimes on some certain things that you want to specialize in or you want to be more specific with. You have to teach yourself that, and I'm trying to do that. And I hope I can be more consistent with my learning, because I really love cattle and I really want to work with them in the future. And right now with my knowledge base, I can't really work with them as well as I potentially can. So yeah, gonna do more research, maybe pick up some work in sale yards or something. And yeah, like I love learning and I love placement. This placement has been great. People have been great. And yeah, there are multiple times where I want to cry, because not cry, but I want to just wallow in self-pity because I can't do certain stuff. But that's because I'm new and I'm like, I'm learning. My last few days here, I helped with hormonal cycling of the cows, and I made a new friend. And for my last AM milking, I got to bring in the cows. I look like an egg. Can you see some of the cows, some of their reflective eyes? Yep, that is the cows. And we are looking at a beautiful sunset in the middle of a paddock where I can't see